What's up? What's up? What's up, my friends? What's up? Well, hello, my friends. What's up? Well, hello there. Hello. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the stream as we finish. We're going to finish this off, guys. We're going to finish it, this Sonic piece, and we're going to end off with everyone's favorite here. We're going to end off with Dr. Robotnik. We're going to draw Dr. Robotnik, my friends. Let's get this thing done. It's time to get this thing done. All right, so I would if I had my pencil. Where's my pencil? All right. Let's get Dr. Robotnik done, guys. So once again, guys, I won't show you again this time, but I give priority in terms of questions. I give priority in terms of questions to the community tab. Okay, so if you go to community tab, that's a good place to answer your questions because I give my more, let's say, thought out answers in the community tab than I do in the chat. Okay, but please do your chat. Talk amongst yourselves. Also, if you are what's it called? If you're drawing as well, please do. I always encourage you guys whenever I'm streaming that you draw as well. So let's get going here. But I will answer a couple of questions here. Let's start with again NDB Cheetah, MBD. That's my dyslexia talker there again. That's my James is dyslexic again. He's asking, how about do Five Nights at Freddy's, God of War, or Dino Votes? Yes, maybe. I think I will do. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a Five Nights at Freddy's one. But I think I might do a God of War one. Like a lot of you guys are asking for me to do a God of War one, so I might do that just for fun. Or maybe we could even do like a mashup or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay. So now I got to figure out how. Speaking of figure out, I got to figure out how to do this Robotnik here. Okay. Because actually he's going to be much smaller because he's in the back. But I want him to be like have this giant belly. Gonna look like the Blob. It's gonna look like the Blob. Gotta wear Ragnarok. Sorry. I didn't change the. Thank you for letting me know, guys. I thought I changed the thumbnail. Let me change the thumbnail quickly here. Okay, let me change the thumbnail here. Edit. I can change the thumbnail, guys. Thank you for letting me know that I didn't change the thumbnail. There you go. So hopefully people click on it now. And it's not clickbait. It's not Metal Sonic. It's Dr. Robotnik, or my version of Dr. Robotnik, right? So yeah, I'm really thinking about doing a God of War one because a lot of you guys want God of War, and it'll be fun. It's got to be two things, guys. Number one, you guys want me to do it. Secondly, I gotta want to do it. So it's one of those things. Let's see here. And next, Start Animing asked, do you do commission work? I haven't in a while, but again, I was saying that I might start again. Maybe I will, guys. Maybe I will, and we can do it on stream. Maybe I will. Look at my giant fist. Yeah, I don't like the fist here. Okay, see, this is the hard part for me. This is the hardest part for me. It's not the rendering. It's not making muscles or anything like that. It's how does the pose look? How does the pose look? And does it work with everything else going on? That's the hardest thing, right? So that's what you got to do. It's just trying to figure it out, right? So I'm trying to think here. Let me think. I see an image with him, and you guys are bigger fans than I am for sure. I see an image here where he's holding a curling stone. Does he do that a lot? Curling stone? Well, you guys can tell me. I have no idea. I have no idea. I thought that was cool. All right. Or maybe I'll do something with him. Both his arms are up, maybe. See, I'm trying to think of a good I'm hovering over everybody pose. I'm trying to think of a good one. And I'm wondering if I should give him the HGH gut. So he's going to have muscles because it's a Marvel style. I have muscles because of the Marvel style, but in an HGH gut. You know, especially since I am thinking about doing commissions, maybe just because of the, also the holidays are coming up, and I'm sure people might be interested, and it'd be a fun thing to do together. So that's I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, guys. I'm thinking about it. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know. When am I open for them? I don't know. To be honest, Mario, I don't know. Maybe we'll talk. We'll talk, buddy. We'll talk. No. Mm-hmm. I'm just taking a step back and seeing if I like it. I'm just that's why I'm trying to think in my head. And this is the hardest one for me. This is a little bit hard for me. I'm trying to see if I'm liking what I'm seeing here. So someone I forgot who asked. Forgive me, who asked about when I know when to go to ink. And this is like here I'm hesitant because I don't know if I like the pose. That is one thing that you cannot go back on, is the pose. Okay, so I'm trying to think if I like it enough, if it works with everything else. And again, I'm not the best at. Definitely not the best at composition. In that sense, I know the guys are way better. Like, I know there's all these rules for composition and stuff like that. But for me personally, like, I never learned that. I just kind of always drew what I want. So it's one of those things. Like, composition, guys, that'd be definitely something I would try to learn as much as I can. Because, again, you could add as much detail as you want, but if the composition is off, the whole drawing's going to be off, no matter what you do. Right, so. It's one of those things where I'm just like, yeah, okay, fine. Whatever. So, okay, let's go back to the thing. So, again, commission work, maybe. If I do, I will make an announcement. I might even make a video about it. I'll do your commissions and I'll draw them in the morning type thing. I might do something like that. So, we'll see. Angel Bob 1977 says, would you ever consider doing something Doctor Who related? Like lots of crazy creatures, aliens, robots from over the years. Next year's their 60th anniversary. Just a thought. What are your favorite sci-fi shows? A lot of good content to talk about there, my friend. I will say that I've never really been a Doctor Who fan. Now, you guys know my buddy Mark Michael. He is the biggest Doctor Who fan. Loves Doctor Who. He absolutely loves Doctor Who. I even told him he should start like a Doctor Who fan YouTube channel. He'd kill it. I know that he would kill it. But, he's off doing his own thing. But maybe. There's a lot of anniversaries next year, right? A lot of properties are having anniversaries next year. But I didn't know that about Doctor Who. So 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, for sure. Like if I do a piece like that, guys, if I do a piece with a ton of characters in it, I think Adam Carolla says it best. everything you do in life, there's two ways to go about it. You should only do things that do two things, okay? You should only do anything that does two things for you. Number one, it will make you money. Number two, it will make you happy. It's even better if that's combined, right? It's better if that's combined. So, number one, makes you money. Number two, makes you happy. So whenever you see me do like 1,000, like 1,000,000 characters in One Piece, 80% of that's for money, okay? 20% of that is because I like doing it, right? So Doctor Who, if I were to do a Doctor Who piece, because I'm not that big of a fan of it, well, I won't even say I'm a fan because I've never watched an episode. So I could be a fan if you didn't watch an episode. That would be like one of those things. It's for money, right? Right? It's for money to do a piece that big. Like, that's asking. But it sounds, but also at the same time, it sounds like fun. You know, you tell me I'm going to draw a whole bunch of aliens and robots and all that stuff. No, that's fun. Not saying that's not fun. That's absolutely fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun, right? So, you never know. But, you know, another anniversary coming out next year. If I'm not mistaken, next year, or was it this year, the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers? Is that next year or this year? I don't remember. So I would like to do a Power Rangers piece because of that. I won't say I'm going to draw every Zord. Because if there was one I'd be apt to do is every Zord. Like, I forgot. There was an artist in Boom. The comic company Boom. He drew a piece officially where he drew all of the Rangers characters in one piece, and it looks phenomenal. It's fantastic. 30th for Mortal Kombat. That I heard, yes. 30th for Mortal Kombat. But anyway, that Power Rangers piece looked fantastic. So you won't see me do that because somebody already did it, and it already looks phenomenal. So, but in terms of the Zords, that might intrigue me a little bit, but also at the same time, it sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like too much work. So I kind of don't want to do that. So probably, I would say if it twists my arm, I'm probably going to say no. I probably won't do that, my friend Angel Bob. But someone here mentioned in the chat, and let me just say, Care Bear Comics, like longtime viewer, says Mortal Kombat. That would be one I'd like to do. That would be fun. I would love to do a Mortal Kombat piece with all the characters in it. That I would love to do for the 30th anniversary. Now again, it's not going to get me. It's not about the views at that point. It's more like what would I have fun doing, and I would actually have a lot of fun doing it. So yeah, I am right? Power Rangers 30th anniversary is next year. Yes. Sounds good. So we'll see. So it all depends, guys. All depends. Any other properties that you think would be good? Like again, now that I'm not held hostage. I don't even want to say that, right? Like that's how you make money. You have to please the algorithm these days. That's just how it is. You got to do it. It's part of the job. Oh, I should have drawn him. Oh, I drew him with the. Did I draw him with the goggles or did I draw him without the goggles? Hold on. Try to get the reference going here. Gotta make sure I'm doing the right thing. Okay. I could still do it because I drew it in a way where it doesn't necessarily look like goggles. Because he has these blue eyes, right? Or is it the eyes or is those some glasses? And then we could do those goggles on top of his head. Because I did want to do the goggles on top of his head. Not him wearing the goggles. So there you go. So, again, guys, if you want to ask me a question, go to the community tab. Those are the questions I'm answering first, okay? Go to the community tab and the latest post there. That is where you ask me the question. So, because the next question is from my buddy Mario again. What job is more profitable, comic book artist or a movie poster artist? Off the top of my head, I would say movie poster artist. You know, a movie poster artist, if you make a movie poster that, and I will tell you guys that right now, my it's all about the usage. Okay, when you get into a commercial art, it's not about the art per se. It's about the usage. How are they going to use it? Are they going to use it as a cover for DVD or for a Blu-ray? Are they going to use it as a big giant billboard in the middle of Times Square? All of those have different prices. And if you have a piece that they use as the official poster for a movie, you're talking almost, you could get even like 6 figures just for that one image. And depending on how good you are, okay, and it ranges. I will say it actually ranges. You could actually go anywhere from like $20,000 to $100,000, if not more, depending on who did it, right? And depending on your skill level, like Boss Logic, when he did those Avengers pieces for Endgame, it said it took him 9 hours of work. 9 hours. Like, you imagine that, 9 hours? You paid 6 figures for 9 hours of work, right? It's like, who would draw a comic at that point? Who would draw a comic book? Right? So definitely, I would say definitely, if you are working, again, if you are an established movie poster artist, because there are comic artists who make a lot of money too, right? And it also depends on your definition of a comic book artist these days. Is a comic book artist just someone who solely makes their income off comic books? Or are they doing other things, right? Like conventions, of course. Are they doing other ways of creating income? Just solely getting their money from their page rate from Marvel and DC. So it's a very it's not as easy as a question to answer as you might think. Like, for example, let's give you an example of that. How about all those comic artists that are publishing their own book, that are currently publishing their own book and then getting funded on Kickstarter, right? Who, some of them getting millions of dollars from their fans to create their comic book on Kickstarter, right? We don't need to name names, okay? We don't need to, we don't need to go into all that stuff, but that's happening, right? So, in that essence, right, they're making more money than the poster artists, right? So, again, it's very, it seems like an easy answer, but it's really not, Mario. It depends. It really depends on your view or on how these guys make their money, right? So, you can go either way. Now, of course, like the general guy, just drawing Marvel comics, the page rate, just being held by the page rate, maybe selling some original art here and there. They're going to make less money than the movie poster artist. And again, another caveat to that, the movie poster artist has to be working. Those who, they have to have enough work, right? They have to have enough work. So you have to be busy enough to be a movie poster artist. So it's hard to find a movie poster job. Like, there's a lot less movie posters out there to do than there are comic books to draw, right? So it's a lot of different avenues to that answer there. So there you go. Okay, so next question, my friends. Next question. And once again, guys, if you want to ask a question, go to the community tab, okay? Not the chat. I will answer questions from the chat later on, like as we finish up the stream, but go to the community tab and then ask your question there, okay? So next question comes from Luis MCS, okay? Hey, James, I'm from Portugal. Welcome, my friend.
I ambition working in big companies like Riot Games, Ubisoft, even Marvel. How can a person that isn't from the U.S. reach that goal? I will, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you, okay? You do have a disadvantage. Okay, when it comes to video games anyway, you do have a disadvantage when it comes to someone born in the U.S., okay? Even myself. I say that for anyone from Canada. You do have a disadvantage. To working for a company, an American-based comic, or not even say comic, not comic company, but American-based gaming company. If you live in another country, it's just the way it is. Because if they were to judge the skill level, if you have the same skill level as somebody living in the States, of course they're going to choose the guy living in the States first because they're cheaper to bring on. So number one, so whenever I hear a question like this, I always say, first of all, control what you're able to control. Okay? And when I say that, you can't control their selection process. Okay? We can't control, who's looking at our stuff. We can't control who's the one in charge of hiring in those companies. You can't control that. What you can control is your skill. Okay? So the number one thing before you go out and try to get jobs is try to improve your skill as much as possible. Okay, that's the number one thing I would do. All right. Number two, and it's pretty much the same answer I gave yesterday when we talked about trying to get a job in comic books. The way I would go about it. Number two, try to get in contact with people that are working in the place you want to work. Okay? So yesterday when I talked about comic artists, I said, get in touch with writers. That's how I got my Tokyo Stormwarning job, because the writer suggested that I draw the book. Okay? So especially in this day and age, when we have Twitter and we have LinkedIn. Now, I would say if you're going for a gaming company, not Twitter, LinkedIn. Get yourself on LinkedIn. Okay? This is for everybody who wants to get a job in the gaming industry right now. Okay? Get yourself on LinkedIn. Okay? And then also put your artwork where they're looking for artists. Okay? So go to ArtStation. I don't think they really use DeviantArt anymore, but ArtStation. Even post your stuff on Instagram. Okay? Get your stuff out on social media. All right? Next. On LinkedIn, try to make relationships. Okay? Try to comment on, find out who the HR is in these companies. So for Riot Games, try to find out who runs the HR. Okay, so on LinkedIn, do a search. Look up Riot Games HR. And try to connect, or at least follow the people that are in charge of the hiring process. Okay? Try to follow the art directors. Okay? Those are another people you can look for on LinkedIn. Look for the art directors. Right? Look for the art directors. Okay? And then I wouldn't right away, and I mentioned this, the same as with comics, I wouldn't right away start off and goes, hey, big art director. Hey, big supervisor. I'm an artist. Look at my stuff. Don't start off that way. Okay? Start by trying to make a relationship with them in terms of, and when I say relationship, it's not like a romantic relationship. No, a relationship in terms of whatever they post, comment on that post and make a profound comment on that post that doesn't make it look like the only reason you're talking to them is because you want a job. Okay? Don't, because, as let's be honest, like even for me, when people contact me and then you realize the only reason they're contacting me is because they want me to shout their channel out on my channel, right? It kind of puts a little sour taste in your mouth. It does. Just like for these HR guys, if they're really the only reason you contact them. Now, again, their job is HR. Okay, their job is to find people. But the art directors, maybe. If you, if the only thing you say to them is, hey, look at my stuff, hire me, right? I think they're more apt to look at people's stuff if they are respectful. If they, if they also put in, put in genuine interest in what they are doing online. Okay? So give your 2 cents. If they post an article, write a few lines of why you support the article or why you disagree. That's fine. That's fine. And then maybe you could share your stuff with them afterwards. Okay. So I'm just talking about connections first. So that's another thing you could hopefully control there, Luis, is the connections. Try to make connections in that way. Because if you could find out who's hiring and try to get into a talking relationship with them, maybe that will help you along your way, give you an advantage over someone who's not doing that. Okay? Next thing. If you are good, if you're very good, if your skill overwhelms them, big companies like Riot Games, they have no problem. They have absolutely no problem bringing people overseas to work for them. No problem at all. Okay? But again, you got to prove that you're better than the American person. That won't cost them anything in terms of visas and all that. You got to prove that you're worth that extra investment. Okay? So the number one thing you can control right now is your skill. Okay? Number one thing, try to get better. Try to see what they're looking for. All right? And also, when I say talk to art directors, you could once you get the relationship, you could start sharing your art with them, and if you're lucky enough, they give you feedback. Show that you're willing to listen to their feedback. Same thing with the comics. We talked about this yesterday. Same thing with comics. Show that you're willing to listen to their feedback. Show them you'd be able to work with them, so that if they do give you feedback when you're working with them, and trust me, when you are working for Riot Games, you're going to get a lot of feedback. You're going to get a lot of people telling you to change things. You're going to get a lot of people telling you to fix your art. You're going to get a lot of times where they're going to tell you you're done a piece of art and they're going to tell you redo it. That happens. That's the job, right? So you got to prove to them that you're okay with that. You got to prove to them you're okay with that, all right? Now, that's really all you can do. Okay. Now, in terms of comics, though, it's a different story. Okay. Comics, though, is a different story. Now, but you put gaming companies first, so I'm just telling you that's what they're going to look at first. At the end of the day, talent trumps all. If you are just an unbelievable talent, they'll find a way to get you there. Okay. They'll find a way. But I would also say to you, to start off, if you want to work for not a lot of people get to go to Riot Games as their first job, okay? Not a lot of people get to work on Marvel's concept team as their first job. I don't think anyone does. Nobody does, okay? I would say to you, get some work experience in Portugal, okay? If there's any animation company in Portugal, I would tell you, go there and get the experience. Because what looks better in a portfolio than your personal projects is projects that you've actually done professionally, because that says a whole lot about you. Okay, so I would say to you, try to get a job in Portugal first. Well, I won't even say first, but if you could get a job in Portugal, take that job. All right, work on your portfolio so you could show all these games like Riot and all that you're able to handle the job. And the fact you have work experience, that's going to get you ahead also. Okay? That's another way to do that first. Okay? Now, again, when you go to comic books, though, guys, to be honest, it doesn't matter where you live. You can live anywhere in the world, especially these days. Anywhere in the world you can live, and you could make it as a comic book artist pretty easily. I won't say pretty easily. Again, talent trumps all. But there's not the visa restrictions with comics. In fact, if I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys, 100% honest with you guys, because of the currency exchanges, you're probably cheaper than somebody who works in North America. Okay, if you are in South America, if you live in South America, if you live in other parts of the world, in the Philippines, sometimes companies like hiring there because they can actually give you a lesser rate, even though they shouldn't. Right? Whether you're working in the U.S. or you're working in South America, they shouldn't be giving you a different rate. It's the same job, right? with the conversion, but technically they could probably find someone to work cheaper in that area. So you might even have a leg up if you're from a foreign country. I won't say foreign country, from a different country than North America. Okay. So, long convoluted answer, and I hope that helps. But at the end of the day, start with what you can control, and that's your portfolio. Okay. So get your portfolio, figure out what they're looking for. I even tell my students this, guys, if you're looking for a job in visual effects and you're looking for a job in gaming, go immediately. And I tell my students this, okay? Even when they're first starting the program, I ask them right away, what job do you want in the industry? Because you can't just say video game artist. Like either you want to be a concept artist, either you want to be a modeler, whatever. Okay, you know what you want to do. Okay, let's go to a job website. So we go to a job website and we actually see what are the requirements. What are these companies looking for when they're hiring? And they'll list a whole bunch of skills, and I tell them, okay, by the end of this course, you need these skills if you want to be hired. This is what you have to work on if you want a job when it's done. And that's what we work on. So I would say the same to you. First of all, if you want to work for Riot Games, if you want to work for any of these American companies, first of all, go check out the job postings, see what they're looking for, and make sure your portfolio, your reel, satisfies what they are looking for. Okay? So again, guys, hopefully that was some good advice for any of you who are looking for a job in gaming and VFX. That's how I would do it. Okay? All right? But trust me, it's definitely possible. There are so many people, even from Portugal. I think I had a couple friends from Portugal in one of my jobs before. So definitely possible, my friend. Keep at it. Good luck to you, my friend. Keep up to you. Apple, my buddy Apple's here. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, my brother. Apple's here with me today. So I draw Dr. Robotnik here. And then I'm going to try to fix Sonic's face. I'm going to try to fix Sonic's face. We'll see. I'm either going to fix it or it's going to look worse. But we'll see how that goes. Okay, but next question. Okay. Let's see here. Real Red asks again, who's your favorite Marvel character? Wolverine. I answered that earlier. There you go. Muddy1052 says, who would you find at least amusing to see your take on of the different stormtroopers? Biker Scout, Royal Guard, Dark Trooper, etc. Okay. All right. I always love a good Star Wars question again. By the way, can I say Andor's great? Andor's fantastic. I haven't watched the newest episode yet. Andor's a very slow burn in that sense, so it's not action upon action, but it's a great series, and I wish more people watched it, to be honest. I really wish more people watched it, but I guess a lot of the casual fans, maybe the slow burn doesn't work for them, but I think it's a great series, But in terms of the type of a few more questions came in. Biker Scout, Royal Guard, Dark Trooper. I would say, here's the thing. I drew them all already. I drew most of them already. Let's go. What were those super? Well, in The Mandalorian, those robots stormtroopers. What were they called again? You guys can help me out here. What were they called again? Those robot stormtroopers, the ones that took Grogu and flew him up. I forgot the name of those troopers. You guys know what I'm talking about? You guys remember? Are those Death Troopers? Or Dark Troopers? Dark Troopers, Death Troopers. Yeah, those guys. I'll go with them. Yeah, Paul knows about this slow burn. It's definitely slow burn. Like, some people love the slow burn. I like a nice balance. I definitely do. I definitely like a nice balance. Like, I could see the slow burn coming into play. But definitely a nice... I prefer a nice balance. But so far, I am enjoying the series. I definitely am enjoying the series. So. But I'll go with Dark Trooper then. Let's go with Dark Trooper. I'll do that. I'll definitely go Dark Trooper. All right. Next question. Again, guys, if you want to ask me questions, please do go to the community tab, and we'll go for that. Mario again goes, "What is your favorite comic book that you worked on?" Let's see. It depends what you mean. If you ask me the comic book where I was most proud of the artwork, because there's multiple ways to answer that question. Okay, if I go most proud of the artwork I did in that book, I'm gonna go Hulk Destruction. Okay, if I talk about a book that I'm most proud of. If I talk about a book that I enjoyed working on it, okay? Now, it depends on what you mean by working on it. The book I enjoyed working on, and mainly because of the studio environment, I'll admit, it was anything I did at Dreamwave. Because okay, and you know, financial problems aside, you go there and your friends are there. I had a place to go every day where it's like a whole bunch of kids coming together. Now, remember, at this time, guys, Pat Lee was only 25 years old. At this time, we were all kids trying to make it we were making it as comic book artists, right? And by the way, prolific artists like Arnold Sang, who is the main designer, creator of Overwatch, right? My buddy Alvin Lee. Speaking of Riot Games, he's a senior artist at Riot Games, right? So some great talent came out of that pool. But you know, it was just fun to go there every day, to see your friends, to talk, to get no work done, to be late on your books. So the actual experience, that was probably my favorite because it was a studio experience. Everything else, you know, I was working from home. And you don't really get that experience working from home, right? Working from home, it's pretty much all business. You just go there, try to get your job done so I can have time with my kids, right? So it's a different experience. In terms of the least amount of stress, let's see this. A least amount of stress. I am going to go, let me think about that. Least amount of stress. I think it was when I did Birds of Prey. Birds of Prey for DC. And mainly because, number one, I was leaving the comic book industry, so I guess I won't say I didn't care as much, but there was less stakes. Like, I wasn't going into it, I'm like, oh, if I don't do well here, I'm going to lose the next job. It was more like I was just drawing because it was fun. It was the last thing I was going to do because I was going to school shortly. So that definitely helped that. So it's really hard to say which one was my favorite one to work on. But yeah, well, let's do it that way. In terms of the actual artwork itself, again, artwork itself, I would say Hulk Destruction. If I was, in terms of ease of working, I would say Birds of Prey. And I would say enjoyment going to work. That was Dreamwave. Okay, so those are my three. Okay, so there you go. By the way, welcome Prime Nemesis, your first live stream. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. There you go. Thank you for being here, my friend. Okay, so let me just go back to the questions here. From Luke. Luke asking, what was your dream job when you were younger? Again, was not comic books. I didn't really have a dream job. It was more like, again, I mentioned this yesterday. What I dreamed about doing was whatever had a uniform, right? You know, it's just like all kids. Going up them, you play dress up when it comes to what you're going to be when you're older, right? So whoever had the coolest costume. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a doctor. But again, you don't realize the discrepancy in pay from those jobs, right? You don't realize that when you're a kid. All you know is you get to wear a cool uniform. Like fireman is cool. You get to, you get to jump from the second floor to the first with that fireman's pole, right? That's cool. You want to do that. That's a lot of fun. But Hey, by the way, I believe Apple's father-in-law. He's a fireman. If I remember correctly, there, Apple. There you go. Great job, great job. But in terms of art, again, I didn't realize until my last year of high school that I wanted to do art full time as a career. And at first, of course, I would have loved to have been a comic book artist. I came in wanting to be a comic book artist. But if I was going to be completely honest with you, I kind of did want to get into computer regular animation there because in terms of the job aspect, like at that time, and when I say at that time, this is literally, guys, like mid 90s. So it was like 1995, 1996. At that time, Disney was coming up to Canada and plucking out students from the animation program. So I wanted to be in the animation program, thinking that maybe one day I'll be a comic artist, but I was hoping Disney would come pick me up as an animator, right? But that didn't happen, of course, and everything happens for a reason. But then I want to be a comic book artist. And then that dream changed when I realized after a while that maybe comics wasn't for me anymore. And that's when I decided to go into film. And then realizing too in film, you know what I realized in film also, guys? I realized, first of all, everybody I talked to working as a visual effects artist in film, all of them have a retirement plan that has absolutely nothing to do with VFX, right? Like, for example, I had a buddy, he was a matte painter like me, he had my job, and he said his dream scenario would be to go buy a farm, sell some vegetables. He was one of the best matte painters I've ever met. And that was his dream. I think I only met one guy who wanted to eat, sleep, breathe the job we were doing, matte painting. He goes, I just want to wake up and matte paint. Well, I just want to do that. I'm like, okay, buddy. Wonderful guy too. He's an amazing dude. Wonderful dude. But that's when you realize, like, the job, for a lot of us, we get into it because we like art, but then after a while, it just feels like a job. That's how it felt for a lot of us. That's right, Apple said, just retired as a fireman. That's awesome. Can't wait to see your father-in-law again in person. Hilarious, dude. Hilarious. So, I forgot what the question was. Let me just say that. What was my dream job, right? So after a while, that changed too. And then I wanted to be a YouTuber after that. So I know kids today, they all want to be YouTubers these days. And I was happy I was early. I was early to the game. I don't think I could have grown as much as I did if I started now. I definitely would have grown as much as I did if I started now. Mainly because also now, all the good comic artists are coming onto YouTube now, right? All the good ones are actually coming on now. Not the mediocre ones like me, right? All the good ones are coming on now. And which is great to see. I'm glad. I'm glad they're all coming on now. This medium's for everybody. So fantastic to see. And then guys getting shine like they should, like Alex Ross. Alex Ross's YouTube page is doing fantastic. Fantastic. David Finch is he's phenomenal. We know that, right? So okay. So that's pretty much it for Robotnik, right? We don't have to get further than that. So right now, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go over. Let's try to fix this Sonic. I'm going to add a lot more fur to these guys. We got a bit of time here. Maybe we'll go for another 20 minutes or so, 30 minutes. Okay. This is actually my favorite drawing out of all of it right now. The Robotnik. Let's see if we can fix Sonic here. Sonic has issues. By the way, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit. Hold on, just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna zoom out. Oops. By the way, guys, what do you think of my green screen background there, eh? It's like I'm standing on the drawing. It's like I'm standing on the drawing, guys. That's what I'm doing. Next question. Do you have any advice to get started with drawing and sketching? If so, please reply. Of course, the best way to get started is to get started. Especially when you are starting out, okay? And let me get my, before I do anything, let me get my Sonic reference out here. So, Sonic. I'm going to look at the movie stuff here right now. I'm going to see how the fur looks. Because I think one thing that's missing here, I do want to add some fur. And again, looking at it again, my biggest mistake here was the eyes. And I don't know if I could fix that. It's very, very hard to fix the eyes. And that's why it looks weird. I think that's why the eyes are looking weird. It's because I drew them too far apart. They need to be closer in the middle. And if you look at all the reference of Sonic right now, they're closer in the middle. So that was my biggest mistake, right? Yeah. I messed that up. You know, a lot of people are saying that, like, my style is more JoJo than Marvel. So I just reband everything JoJo. But a lot of people don't know what JoJo is. So let me see if I can fix it up just a little bit. Just a little bit here. Let's see here. But let's go back to the questions here. So drawing and sketching, yes. Forgive me for going off because I got a little disappointed in myself. I think it looks a little bit better if I do this. If I bring it down a little bit more. Whatever. Marvel style. Marvel style, people. Marvel style. Okay, so I would tell you, okay, the best way to get started drawing is by getting started drawing. But I would start out, if you're just starting off drawing and sketching, guys, the most important thing is that you're actually doing it. So always start off with whatever will get you to draw, okay? I would never tell someone if they want to get into start drawing, I would never tell them, okay, you got to start learning perspective and anatomy and all that. No. Start with drawing things that excite you and interest you. That's how you start. Okay? All that stuff, perspective, anatomy, all that stuff will come later. Okay? First of all, let's get into drawing first. Start drawing first. Okay? Let's start drawing first. And then it will come, okay? Then eventually we can move on to other things. It's a little bit better, right? Not a little bit better, guys? A little bit? Just a little bit? I'll take a little bit. I'll take a little bit over what I was doing, right? So, and then once you start drawing regularly, and when I say start drawing regularly, guys, I would say, at least start with a few hours a day if you can. Whatever you have time for. Okay? Because I'll tell you right now, if you're drawing for 20 minutes and then you're tired, you don't want to draw anymore, I really believe the subject matter you're drawing, you're not really interested in. Okay? I really believe that. Or the drawing's just not working out your way and you want to quit. Right? That's the hard part. Because if you're drawing for 20 minutes and the drawing you're doing is looking great, you want to keep going, right? That excites you. That makes you feel good when you see that a drawing is working out. Now, so when you're starting out, you don't have those skills yet. So what's going to get you through is if you actually like the subject matter that you're doing, okay? You got to like Sonic, okay? I wouldn't start with 5,000 Doctor Who characters if you're not into Doctor Who, okay? Yeah. Maybe Doctor Who excites you. Maybe you do want to start with 5,000 Doctor Who characters, right? Maybe you do want to start off that way. It's all different, right? Thank you, Ryan, by the way. Thank you, Ryan. So just get started. That's all you can really do is just get started. Start loving the craft. And then once you once you start really enjoying it, then we could work on trying to make yourself better. Then we could work on perspective, anatomy. Once you get that habit of drawing. In fact, let's make that a challenge. You know what they say? They say you need, number one, for something to be a habit. For something to be a habit, you need 21 straight days of doing that habit. Okay? That's why for me, I'm thinking maybe let's try to stream every day for at least 21 days. Let's try. Why not? Let's give it a try. If we could get through that, let's go for a longer goal. Instead of me like right up front and go, I got to stream for a full year straight. Let's try it. Oh, Apple says next big piece, do a big piece of Knights of the Old Republic. Wish we could show everyone the Darth Revan you did for you, which I highly enjoyed, my friend. That was a lot of fun. We could definitely do something like that, brother. We could definitely do something. You know, that sounds like something we should do in a Star Wars time. But that's really far away, though. That would be May, right? Or maybe something around Celebration time. Are you going to Europe for Celebration, Apple? Let me ask you, Apple, that. If you go to Europe for Celebration. I believe Celebration is in... where's Celebration again this year? Is it in England? Celebration? Star Wars Celebration this year? No, next year, next year. So, I'm just adding more detail here to this, guys. So, we'll just take some time. Have some fun. Right? Just adding a little bit more detail. Make him a little bit more furry. More furry. But anyway, don't worry, Apple. I'm not going to ask you to bring me to Last time, guys, Apple is such a sweetheart of a guy. When I was doing the original Star Wars mural, he flew me down to Star Wars Celebration, and we had a fantastic time there. And I could not be more grateful to Apple for doing that for me. That was an experience that lasted a lifetime, my friend. So thank you so much. It really meant a lot to me that you did that for me back in the day. But now you don't have to, okay? I can afford to do it myself now. You don't have to do that, okay? I can do that. I can do it now myself. All right. But we'll see. That sounds like a lot of fun, though. Doing Darth Bane, like doing all those fun Star Wars characters, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, it's quite a commitment, you know, to go to Celebration in England, right? That's okay. We'll wait till the next year. We'll wait till the next year. So, let's see here. Let's see here. What was I talking about? I don't remember what I talked about. Yeah. Mr. Broken Heart says, do you hate it when you make a mistake, or do you like it because it helps you be better? Oh, of course. Everyone hates making mistakes. Come on. I don't see anyone, okay? Even those people who say, and it's true, you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your mistakes. But that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt when it happens. It doesn't mean it hurts when you realize you messed up, right? Of course it does. Like, I don't go, oh, I messed up the ice. Oh, hooray! Opportunity! Which it means. It doesn't mean opportunity. Hooray! I invested in this company. It went bankrupt. Hooray! It means I learned. Now, it's true you learned. It's true you learned. But initially, you're not going to feel that way. Of course not. Okay? But it's when you take a step back. You take a step back once you calm down, and then you realize, okay, what can I learn from this so this won't happen again? Right? This won't happen again. What did you learn? That you won't feel this pain again. Okay? So that's the difference. That's the difference. Okay? Yay! I accidentally ripped my drawing. Hooray! I learned I shouldn't rip my drawing. Hooray! No, you can't do that. Hooray! You can't do that. I'm going to add that more on my streams, by the way. I'm going to... Hooray! Okay, we can do that all together. All right. Let's see here. Can you draw Pokemon tomorrow? Hooray! I won't. I'm not going to. Hooray! No. Tomorrow, we're going to do something very special tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to be drawing live. We're going to be doing a very... I won't say a big Warhammer piece, but we're going to be doing Warhammer tomorrow. But we will do that sooner than later, okay? We will do that sooner than later. So, that's what we will do. So, guys, we are coming close to rapid fire time, all right? We are coming close to rapid fire time. What I like to do in rapid fire time is, this is when I go to the chat, okay? This is where I go to the chat, and I will answer all your questions in rapid fire manner, okay? So, not as long of an answer as you see me do, but definitely more. But I will answer all of the questions, okay? Well, of course, as long as it's not political or PG or PG. I want no PG questions, guys. I don't want any G. I just want G questions. I just want G questions. No. As long as they're family friendly, okay, and not political or controversial in any way, I will answer your question. Okay. Sometimes, if you notice that I don't answer your question, it's because I feel it's too political in nature. That could be a reason, or I didn't see your question. That's two reasons why I might not answer, because that's not the place here. Okay, I'm not here to make any political statements. I'm not here to bring my platform. You know what I mean. There are people who do it way better than I do. Okay, here's just a good place for us to get together, no matter what you believe, no matter your political viewpoints. It's just a place for all of us to get together and just do one thing we love and enjoy doing all together, and that's drawing. Okay, that's all I want to do here. All right, so there you go. This is an art channel. That's right, Mario. Art channel. Art channel. Okay. Now, if I give you my opinions on anything, it will just be things like art shows, that's it. Why I didn't like a show, okay? That's about it. That's all you're gonna get from me here, okay? Lots of places for all that other controversial stuff. Not interested in that conversation. Not interested. All right. So, you guys ready for rapid fire? Are we gonna rapid fire? Because I'm coming to the end of this. Like, there's more I could do here. To be honest, I could probably sit here and add a lot more. But I do think the eye looks just a tiny bit better just by bringing it out a little bit, making it more mad. I think that helps a little bit. Again, it would have been better if I did it right from the start where the eyes were closer together, but there's not much I could do about that now. So there you go. Angel Bob says I'm here for the hard-hitting analysis on controversial subjects like comics and movies. There you go. Well, let's be honest. Those could be controversial too. We're not going there, Bob. You almost baited me, Bob. You almost baited me. But no. No siree, Bob. Hooray! Okay, guys. Get ready. Let's go ahead. Rapid fire questions starting right now. Okay, guys, go ahead. Go ask me your questions. Ask me your questions right now. Okay, let's start with Colton's Kitchen. Are you still interested in my idea about making your own character entirely? Absolutely. We will be doing that. Let's get a few of these streams under my belt first, and then we will go ahead and do that. Okay, let's see here. Reese says you can only have one, James. The phrase "for sure" or the phrase "to be honest." All right. So Reese knows me very well. For sure or to be honest? I will go to be honest. To be honest, I'll go to be honest. And I'll tell you why. That phrase, I want that phrase because it shows when I'm being serious. Because there's lots of times I don't look serious. Okay? To be honest, there's times I don't look serious. Okay? For sure. But for sure, when I use the term for sure, it's more like agreeing. So it's something I don't necessarily need. It's just something that by habit I say. But I can also tell that Reese watches me a lot. All right. Angel Bob says, ketchup or mustard on your hot dog? Ketchup, my friend. But I do like both. I'm a relish guy. I love relish. When I was a kid, they called me the relish monster because I put so much relish. Now, I'll admit, it's probably more for show. I could eat it. I did like it. I did like it. But the kids called me the relish monster because I put so much relish on my hot dog. But if you had to twist my arm, pick one. It is mustard. Okay, or sorry, ketchup. But I like both. Mustard if I'm on a diet. If I'm on a diet, mustard's good for you. Let's see here. Next question from New York. Are these streams going to turn into videos? Yes, they are, my friend. I'm just a little behind because before I started doing these streams, Jork. Before I started doing these streams. I already had like 5 drawings done that I'm trying to turn into videos. So I have a lot in the pipeline I want to get out first before these videos. And again, you guys know I no longer have my editors here with me. So I got to do it myself. So I just kind of fell behind. And plus my other responsibilities. So they will turn into videos. So you probably won't see this till like end of next week. this particular piece or the Disney one. You won't see that till next week. But yes, that is the plan. Because also, to be honest, I'm thinking maybe I don't need to go that fancy on the edits. I'll just put it together and say, if you want to watch me draw this live and just watch it, I'm at the point now. I don't care. I don't care, guys. I don't care anymore. I care about you guys, though. That's the difference, to be honest. There you go. Steph Jewell says, ain't no way Sonic moving fast with all that muscle. You're probably right. Let's see here. Care Bear Comics, when do you think you'll be open for commissions? Sooner than later. Let me talk to my daughter, who's the main one helping me now with my work. Let me see when's a good time to start doing those things. But it will be sooner than later. I will actually put out a video about that when maybe I'll do like something where I'll do a compilation of all my favorite commissions, and then I'll tell you guys, hey, well, you want to do a commission? Let's do it. Okay, so you'll know when you know. All right. Next, let's see. Yuri Jin TV says, can you draw Genshin Impact in the Marvel style? You know what? I almost got sponsored by Genshin Impact. They contacted me and asked for my demographics and stuff, but then I didn't. They didn't contact me back, so I assume they weren't interested. I know that's a very popular game, so maybe. At this point, everything's pretty much fair game, guys. Everything, right? So we'll see. If a lot of people want it, why not? Webmaster, can you show us the Lego Venom mech? Maybe next week. Next week, my friend. Okay? My daughter built it. It's next week. So we'll probably draw that next week. I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones we're going to draw sooner than later. Okay, next. Do you want to do Cyberpunk Edge Runners at some point in the future? I'll be honest, I'm not too familiar with that game. Cyberpunk Edge Runners, I'm not too familiar with that game. So I'm not sure. Maybe, but at this point, probably not, because I'm not too familiar with the property. Okay, so let's see here. Knuckle Sandwich, Sonic versus Kratos. Piece to celebrate the release of both games this week? Oh, so this is very timely. I didn't even know Sonic was coming out this week. Very timely. Look at that. We're all about the Google search, my friends. Now, probably not versus, but now that you say that, it wouldn't hurt to actually do a God of War piece sooner than later. Maybe we'll do that later this week, guys, or next week, early next week. Maybe we'll do the God of War piece. Okay, there you go. Next, what is your favorite from Can Dog Clone? Cat and Dog Clone? Okay, sure. What is your favorite Star Wars ground vehicle? For example, AT-AT, ATTE, Imperial Hover Tank, the tank, etc. Let me think about that. I'll go AT-AT. I'll go the ground. Is it just ground vehicle? Yeah, ground vehicle. Yeah. Let's just go AT-AT. Is it AT-AT or AT-AT? I've heard people say both. Let's go AT-AT. Let's just keep it simple. You can't go wrong with the classics sometimes, right? Sometimes people ask that question to like an expert, and you want them to say some obscure vehicle that nobody knows what it is. Then you explain it like, oh, cool. Nah, it's the same one everyone likes. There you go. Angel Bob 1977. Red, blue, green, purple, dark lightsaber. Or dark lightsaber. Purple all the way, baby. Purple all the way. Bring back Mace Windu. Bring back Samuel L. Jackson. Purple all the way, baby. There you go. My wife's favorite color. Purple. There you go. Let's see here. Next one. Steph Jewell again. How is your heart doing? Are you okay? All right. Okay. We got a little deep there. We're doing okay. And thank you for asking, Steph. Thank you for asking. And I appreciate it. And again, thank you to everyone for the support they've given me over the past year. It really does mean a lot to me and my family. We're doing good. We're doing as good as we can be. Things that get us through is, of course, our faith and you guys. Your support from our family and our friends, and especially you guys. We're doing okay, as well as we can be. Okay? So thank you very much. Thank you very much for asking. All right, next. Let's see here. Luby Lobster. X-Men or Avengers in the movies? Oh, come on, Avengers. I love the X-Men movies. Don't get me wrong. Love the Avengers movies. Or love the X-Men movies, but let's go Avengers. Let's see what happens with the MCU Avengers. Let's see how they do it. Next question. Jesus Soto. It was a couple months ago, but could you wish me a happy birthday? Well, we gotta do happy birthday for Jesus. Oh, guys, we haven't streamed in a long time, right? Let's do it. We haven't done this in a long time. Let's do it. For my buddy Jesus, this is for you. Jesus, for you. Okay, let's do it all together. Ready? Here we go. Sorry. I'm just getting warmed up because it's been a while. You guys want an opera style? Let's do it opera style. Here we go. Me. It's been a while, guys. It's been a while. Okay, let's do this together. By the way, for those of you new to the stream, we would do this every stream because it's everyone's birthday. Okay, so this is my friend Jesus. Jesus, you're the best. Jesus, here's for you. Me. Everybody together. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jesus. Everybody. Happy birthday to you. Hooray! Okay, it's been a while, guys. It's been a while. I'll work on that. Happy birthday, Jesus, and to everybody else's birthday. Consider that part of your birthday wish, okay? I can sing that now because my kids are now awake. I can hear them. All right, so happy birthday, Jesus. Happy birthday. All right, there you go. Let's see. Okay, we're going to go really rapid fire at this point, okay? What's your thoughts on Updog? I don't even know what that is, Reese. I don't know. Including Harry Potter. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Mr. Flaxen. Waxen. I'm not sure what that means. But I did do a Harry Potter piece before from the name. And my intention was actually to do the whole series. And I'm sure if I did the whole series, it would have been fine. But not a lot of people watched when I did that Harry Potter piece. And that was unfortunate. So I actually didn't go ahead with it. But I should be more patient with things, guys. I really should be more patient with things. So let's see here. Can you draw from a new set? Can you draw Dr. Robotnik for the movies Netflix? Well, I already drew one, so probably not anymore. Okay, let's see here. Next one here. Xeon is telling me which Cyberpunk Edgerunners based off of Cyberpunk 2077. I see. Maybe one day, but I'll definitely say, to be honest, it's definitely not on the radar right now. But maybe someday. You never know. Next one. What superpowers would you want and why? I always say this. Everyone asks me this question. I always say this. There's always two. Either the Flash or Jamie Madrox's the Multiple Man. Multiple Man, his powers are the ability to clone himself multiple times. So there's you could have thousands of him running around, and the only reason is so I could get more work done. So more work done. That's the reason why. There you go. Hello, who's that? Apple. Can I say Apple? Ruth loved you very much as well, my friend. She really loved you as well. And thank you for being a wonderful friend to our family. Appreciate that, brother. Love you, bro. Coldest Kitchen. At some point, we can do a Nintendo into Marvel. You know, I did one of those on the other live channel. If you guys go to the other live channel, I did do that. I did Chris Pratt as Mario. Or I did a Star-Lord. And everyone's done this by now. Star-Lord. What's his name? Star-Lord Mario piece. And I did a Captain America. Oh, what was that character's name again? Oh, I forgot. So I did start that, but maybe I will do it again later. Let's see here. I've always liked your drawing, inspired by you from the news. Thank you so much, my friend. Let's see. Nathaniel says Swolik. Not Sonic. Swolik. There you go. Marvin wants me to draw Looney Tunes. Again, that's one of the ones that's probably sooner than later. Because that's a lot of fun. Now, I do like to get you guys to vote on what I draw next, because I do want you guys to have a say in what I draw next. So we'll see if that makes a poll. Why not? But I will include that in a poll sooner than later. Let's see here. What's a better sound effect? Skip, bamf, or thwip? My favorite character is Wolverine. Snip. I can't even say it right. Snip. Snip. Sounds like a Filipino punishment. Snip. Snip. Oi, snip. Snip. There you go, my friend. So, guys, wait, hold on. There's a little bit more. Let's just answer a few more questions. Oh, there was a lot of questions coming down here. Let's see here. So Wiggly, birthday. Let's see here. Jork said I turned 18 last summer. Well, that was for you too, Jork. That was for you too. I won't say it again because I need to leave shortly. Okay, there you go. Okay, we're just gonna answer the last bit of questions. I might add just a little bit more fur to this on my own, but for the most part, I think we are pretty much done this piece. So thank you guys for helping me out and being a big part of putting this particular piece together. So just answering just a few more questions here. Let's see here. Knuckle Samus says, I want to see you do Altered Beast. I probably will do that sooner than later, for sure. Knuckles and Eggman look great. Thank you, cool man. I appreciate that. Storms Elite says, have I ever done a Terminator drawing? I have. And someone asked about Jazza earlier, still a very good friend of mine. I tried to enter one of his contests, and I did this Terminator Conan piece for him. So I have done it in the past, for sure. Let's see here. Luby, X-Men, or Avengers in comics? Let's go X-Men. X-Men, let's do that then. Cat and Dog Clone. Is your favorite obscure? You always go for obscure Transformers character. I will go. Is the like Top Spin like those guys? Oh, no, I'm thinking He-Man. Remember in He-Man, they have those that transformed into rocks. Those characters that transformed into rocks. I used to have that toy. I like that. Doesn't really answer your question, but I have to leave shortly. Mario, you're very popular. Yep. Let's see here. Let's see. Do you think you'll ever collab with Comic Tropes? I like his channel. Channel, Comic Tropes. You never know. One day. But again, I'm probably not going to collab. Well, actually, I'll take that back. There is one person I might collab with sooner than later because he did something really cool. And I'm going to do some art with this particular person. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know more later. Am I going to add more characters? Nope. Let's just leave it at this, guys. This is our Sonic piece, guys. A lot of fun to do. And thank you guys for watching and for joining in all the fun. It was a lot of fun drawing every day with you. Tomorrow, my guys. Tomorrow, we are doing Warhammer tomorrow. Okay? We're going to do the Emperor versus Horus tomorrow. And I'm going to try to get as much detail done as I can because tomorrow is Saturday. Let me just check my schedule. I might have something in the morning, but I'm going to try to get as much. I'm going to try to finish the piece that day. So it might be a 6-hour stream tomorrow. It's Saturday. Why not? Okay, because Master M6000 Draws, I love being a YouTuber. And Reese B. Scott says Arnold or Stallone. Hey, yo. That's Scott Hall. Hey, yo, Chico. Hey, yo. That's Razor Ramon. I was trying to do a Stallone, and it turned into Razor Ramon. There you go. What are you doing? I'll be back. That sounded like nothing. There you go, Reese. I'm gonna go. Let's go Arnold. But I love both. I love both together. Even better. Love both together. There you go, guys. So let's see there, guys. So thank you guys for everything. I love you all. Scott Hall tribute piece, maybe. I will definitely. One thing again when it comes to the wrestling, guys. I love wrestling. Couple pieces that I have in mind for wrestling. Definitely a Bloodline piece. I'm definitely going to do a Bloodline piece. I'd love to do a piece where it has the different generations. The 80s piece, though there are some controversial figures in the 80s piece. Forget the 80s piece. Let's do the 90s. We're going to do the 90s. We're going to, this is before pre-Attitude Era. So what did they call it? What did they call it? In WWE, when they were WWF? The New Generation. The New Generation. Bret Hart, Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash. There was Scott Hall. So Razor Ramon. What's it called? Diesel. Like the New Generation. I'd like to do that just for kicks and giggles. Right. Also, of course, the Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era. I'd love to draw all the eras, like across the board. I'd love to do like different versions. That'd be a lot of fun. But we'll see, guys. The Click. That's right, Apple. That's right. Maybe I could just do a Click piece. That would be fun. If I just did a Click piece, that would be fun. For those of you who don't know the Click, That's Shawn Michaels. That's Sean Waltman, 123 Kid, Razor Ramon, Diesel, Triple H, and some rarely know that Aldo Montoya. I forgot his other name. Just Incredible. He was actually a part of that as well before. Maybe one day. But guys, I gotta go. I gotta run. I gotta bring the kids to school. I love you all. Thank you guys for joining in. Hopefully you had a lot of fun with this. Look out for this video in the next couple weeks. It's going to be fully colored and everything. And thank you guys for all of your input. You guys are the best. I love you all. Give me a high five. Come on, guys. Give me a high five. Everybody have a wonderful day. And my name is James. I'm the box office artist. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. You guys are the best. You're the best. Bye-bye.